Kush's movie review.
Welcome to Kush's movie review. That's the one where Kush reviews movies. Fantastic. If you're watching the standalone version on YouTube, I love it when people call YouTube that. The YouTube. Why do people do that? The Facebook. Are you on the Facebook? Would you like to be my friend on the Facebook? Make sure, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know what you think about the movie in the comments. This week's movie is Dumb Money, a movie about your friend on Twitter that keeps talking about crypto and NFTs. It's not real money, it's dumb money. It might not be about that, but Kush, what's Dumb Money about? And why is it so wacky?
This is dumb money. This is dumb money. It's a hard rated R. And when I say hard R, the F bomb gets dropped a lot, and we say fuck here at least 50 times an episode. So it is a svelte 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Nice.
It's not a slow burn, but I feel like I'm learning stuff the entire time. It's entertaining, but it doesn't go by quickly. You're there for that hour and 45 minutes. Again, I didn't have a bad time. Just saying. This is based on a book by Ben Menzerich, Ben Mazrich, and I gotta admit, Ben, I don't like the title. It's called The Anti-Social Network. So Dumb Money is a much better name.
Yeah.
And what that means is that is a term on Wall Street for things like penny stocks and like the subject of today's movie, GameStop and AMC theaters is dumb money that people bet on. This is based on a true story from not even 3 years ago.
Yeah, I was saying it was pretty recent.
One day, very recent. One day during the pandemic, GameStop went up like 300%. Like it had been at like $3 and change, and then was selling for like $345. Like something
that's way more than
ridiculous.
Kush. Jesus Christ.
Is it?
Get yourself a calculator.
Is that over 300%? Did I not say over?
You might be winning there on a technicality. That's
yeah. If I didn't say over, my bad, kids. But over, like it went up by a lot. Like the goddamn stock went up by a lot. And this guy called Roaring Kitty, that's his username. His name is Keith Gill, and he's played by Mr. Paul
Roaring
Dano.
Kitty's better than that. I understand why he goes by Roaring Kitty.
Yeah, Roaring Kitty. He's a big cat fan, although I don't think he has one cat in his entire house. However, he's always wearing cat shirts and playing little cat videos. I bet he fucking loved Tiger King. Probably, but that was a worldwide phenomenon again during the pandemic. So he was probably caught up in all that shit too, like everyone.
What a fun time that was. What a fun time to be alive.
It was a bizarre era. And again, it was just yesterday. So I don't want to wax nostalgic on it just yet. Anyways, Roaring Kitty, he doesn't necessarily do a YouTube show because his platform is on Reddit in one of the Wall Street forums. And he does this thing where like he day trades mainly penny stocks, which is just cheaper than regular stocks. This is a term I only know from The Wolf of Wall Street. And when we get to that part in The Wolf of Wall Street, it's like, you want to know what a penny stock is? No, you don't. So we're just going to keep the movie going. It's like, no, asshole, this is actually the one thing I want to know what the penny stock. This is how you got rich, you fucking cunt. Tell me what a penny stock is. But I digress. So he trades safely. He trades very small, but he was always posting his finance sheet in his daily videos. And he grew a following, and all of a sudden he started talking about GameStop. And there's a term I only know from this film, still don't necessarily understand what it means, where the bankers were shorting the shares. Now, I don't know if that means they were selling off to drive the stock down. I don't know how any of this works. That's why I said, like, during the whole hour, 45 minutes, like, I feel like I'm learning something here. But I'm a fucking rock when it comes to this stuff, dude, honestly. Fascinating tale. We actually follow 4 different stories here. We follow the Gill family. That's again Paul Dano and brother Pete Davidson playing his fuck up brother Kevin Gill.
What? And then, Pete Davidson playing a fuck up? That's weird. Because
He,
normally
he's a
he never plays that character.
he's a pot smoking dirtbag that eats your DoorDash meal while he's delivering it.
What a reach! What a reach for Pete Davidson.
Seth Rogen is in it. He
Has his
plays
character
one of
also
the.
got tattoos?
No, I'm sure he does because the actor has tattoos.
Well,
Yeah,
we could
they're
put a
not
shirt
gonna.
on to hide him. It's called
He's got
acting.
a lot of tattoos. Even a shirt doesn't cover that shit up. But again, not important here. Seth Rogen plays one of the day traders and or one of the Wall Street brokers. And of all the brokers they cover in this film, like he's the poorest of them. And when I say poor, I'm talking about like $12 million versus like their billions of dollars. And then America Ferrera is in it, and one of the kids from Hamilton is in it. He was also in The Heights, and then everyone's favorite dude from Community with the mustache, Ron Swanson.
Was he in Community? He was in Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Rec. Thank you. I'm sorry I even got those two mixed up. The guy from Parks and Rec
Yeah, I don't know his real name.
with the
I know who you're
but you
talking
know who I'm
about.
talking.
Yeah.
He's in this too. All right, he's very good. Vincent D'Onofrio is also in it as well. So again, we just follow these five different stories about what happens. Again, this guy with his little network, like all these people are listening. Is like this guy knows what he's talking about. We should do what this guy is doing. So like I'm gonna take my $100, the only $100 I have left, and I'm gonna put it in GameStop. And enough people keep doing this to where GameStop goes through the roof
Over
and
300%.
over 300%. And there's consequences. Wall Street doesn't like that this guy has driven up this stock that they were rigging to fail. And at one point, like they work it so that people can't buy the stock anymore because everything's happening through that Robinhood app. You remember that trading app, Robinhood? It's now no longer a thing because of this.
Isn't that the
But
thing that
everybody was
like
going.
if you buy something, it takes like your odd cents and then invests it or some shit like that?
They were doing a thing where they're like, we're not going to charge you any fees. And so there was a big controversy going on just as this was already happening. We're like, you're not charging any fees, but how do you make any money? Like, if the money's
Don't ask, don't tell.
well, yeah, like, anyways, so those guys got into a bunch of big trouble from it. Again, uh, this thing gets into such a big deal that the whoever the powers that be are in the federal government, like they call a hearing and they bring the hedge fund guys in and they bring in Roaring Kitty and they bring in a couple other folks and there's this big testimony as whether or not insider trading is happening, and ultimately no charges are brought up against Roaring Kitty. No charges are brought up against any of the hedge fund guys involved. Eventually, GameStop's stock does dip down. Some people that were following this guy's advice were smart enough to sell at the right time. Some could have sold at a better time. Others did not sell at all and lost their shirts. And like when we meet each of these characters, like net value negative $11,000. Like that, we see that kind of shit. And so at the end, like some folks are positive $300,000 net value, and some folks are now 23,000 in the black or in the red, negative in the negative.
Bad.
So I found this very entertaining. This is the sixth industry story that we've had this year, including names such as Air and BlackBerry and Tetris and Flaming Hot and the Beanie Bubble. I believe we've covered all of them. So
We have, I believe.
I don't think this was the best of them. I think the best one has been BlackBerry. I've enjoyed Tetris, I want to say, the most. This is
Tetris
very
was
decent.
very good.
I should give this a higher score. It's a very high 3 out of 5. I wish I could give it a 4, but it's a very high 3 out of 5. I would watch it again, but again, just like what the fuck are they talking about? I'm trying to take notes.
Well,
I don't
did
know.
they do? Did they do a job like what was that movie? Was it The Big Short?
I know of The Big Short. I never saw it, but I know that like they
Oh,
paused the movie and tried to
yeah,
explain
yeah.
situations
It's
like
like,
Here's Margot Robbie in a bathtub.
Yeah,
She's going to
exactly.
explain the housing crisis. I know that's a scene, but I've never seen the movie.
So I did like that movie. That was very, very. So do they do things like that to at least try to clue you in, or are you just?
I understand that's a much more
About?
fast-paced movie than this is. This is just very slow. They try and play modern hits from just 2021, and I don't have a problem with wet ass pussy. In fact, some would say I like it quite a bit. However, the music is louder than the goddamn dialogue at some points, or at least when that song is playing, and a few of the other songs that I just didn't even recognize. Like the, the audio levels need to be leveled out better. I do not need to have the soundtrack 300% louder than the movie.
At least 300%.
At most 300%.
That should be the title of this podcast. Episode 118. At least 300%.
How dare you? So, yeah, Dumb Money, based on a real story. High 3 out of 5. It's in theaters right now. It's not doing so well. It'll probably be on Prime in a month or two.
Does Seth Rogen's character smoke marijuana at some point during the film?
He actually doesn't, and
What?
I bet his character would have really liked to have. No, this is maybe one of Seth Rogen's like most levelist characters. Like, there's a scene he's cussing out some dude on the phone because they bought a house next door to their house, but not because they want to own two houses, because they wanted to demolish that house and build a tennis court during the pandemic, and the paperwork is taking too long. Then he gets another call. It's like, hey man, GameStop's blowing up. You better get to your computer. And like, he does a cartoon little run. I think that's the most comedic he gets. Otherwise, it's just like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. That's a lot of his dialogue is oh shit, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh shit. At one point, the wife comes home and he's just sitting at the counter, little glass of wine, not even drinking it, just looking at the wine. And she's like, "What happened?" And he's lost some money. And she's like, "How much money?" And he's like, $1 billion. And she's like, "How much did you use yesterday?" $1 billion. Yeah, it's one of his most levelist performances, I would say.
That would suck.
Other credits, just because we didn't get to it, directed by Craig Gillespie. He directed the fantastic film I, Tanya. He did this apparently does a lot of biopics. He did some of the episodes of that Mike Tyson series on Hulu, and then also on Hulu he did a couple more episodes of the Tommy and Pam micro series. And then the screenplay was written by Lauren Blum and Rebecca Angelo, again based on the book from the Antisocial Network.
Sorry.
Folks, while I got you here in this unique YouTube video, go see The Creator. It did terrible. It's a beautiful movie. It's really well done. It was done for like a fifth of what most major sci-fi movies with lots of CGI have. It's a really good story. John David Washington and Little Girl, loved it. That's the movie I saw today. I would have given that a 4.
Check that out.
How are the Giants doing?
14-3 still. But the Seahawks just we just turned over the ball on downs.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the ball back. So fingers crossed. Still like plenty of time left. But I'm not very confident.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you are watching the standalone version, out of context, this is probably weird. But yes, whilst we're recording this, I am watching Monday Night Football, New York Giants versus the Seahawks. Anyway, there you go. Boom. Dumb Money. 3 out of 5. Wait for it to come out on streaming. Don't give dumb money your dumb money. Keep your dumb money and spend it.
You got one of the subscriptions. You got like the AMC Movie Pass or Regal Unlimited. Then by all means, go see this.
You heard it here first. Anyway, let's move on.
Nice going.
Feel that I'm gonna need this feel good story. I don't need this feel good story. It's more than ever. I feel. Let me just Zoom try to tell me that. Oh no. Okay, good. You can hear me good, right? Kush, you good? We good?
Yeah.
Okay,
good.
awesome. It flashed up real quick. Like, well, we've changed your microphone to your AirPods. And I'm like, nope, not today. I don't want that.
It happens.
I want a regular microphone. That's why I remember one time, I think I mentioned it on my other podcast where, if you really want me to hear me break down this Giants game, this comes out on Wednesday. So go back to yesterday's, I guess. It's like Loki, which timeline am I in? But yeah, go back to yesterday's Claire and the Big Blue podcast at cbbpod.com. You check that out. But one time I was doing this Giants review, and I was just the whole time I'm talking into the microphone right here, unbeknownst that my streaming software had been like, let's switch the microphone to his AirPods so he sounds like he's yelling from the other side of the room for the whole fucking show. And I was very pissed off.
We've swapped out Mike's audio feed with his iPod earbuds. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I was so angry. And you know what happened? Because it's a live podcast. It's a live podcast which streams live on YouTube and Twitch. And right at the end, like after we went off air, one of the viewers, I'm not going to name and shame them, said, "Oh, I did wonder why you sounded weird for the whole show. Why don't you fucking say something earlier?"
Feedback would be nice. We know you're out there. We know you're listening to us. It'd be nice if you stop by and say hi. I mean, don't ask us for money or anything, but it'd be nice if you said hello. Don't come to our houses either, but say hi when you see us on the streaming.
I mean, if you want to come to my house,
all right, you can go to Mike's house.
I won't let you in, and I'll call the police. But why not? It's a free country.
That's all, folks.